Well, here's something a little different. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, some of you may not even care. But I started getting into these Spartan mud races a couple years ago, and I've been training myself over the last year and extending my capabilities, let's say, and getting better and better at doing these mud races. Well, in these events, you have to go over obstacles, climb ropes, and one of the obstacles is an 8-foot wall. So I bought some materials, and based on a rough, you can read this, this is just a rough list of parts and a rough drawing of what I'm going to build. I'm going to build an 8-foot climbing wall so I can practice getting over it. Again, some of you may care, some may not, but I'm just going to do it. So here's the basic concept. I took 6 2x6x10s and I cut them in half, so I ended up with 5-foot lengths. I have I think 12 total right now, 2x4x8s, and then I left one long 2x6x10, and I'll show you why in a little bit. Then I have 2 4x4s 5 feet apart, and I have 2 2x4s cut to 92.5 inches because I'm going for 8 feet. So the 4x4 is technically 3.5. Add the 92.5 and it gives you 96, makes 8 feet. Makes sense. So what I'm going to do is take the 5-foot lengths, lay them on top of those two, put these plates back on top, and then run screws down through and try to square everything up as I go. And I don't want to put it all together right at one time because it'll be a hard thing to lift, especially if I'm still doing it by myself when I get to that point. So I'm going to start putting that together, and then I'll show you what else I have in mind as I progress. So there's the basic setup. I haven't attached all the boards yet, but I do have them spaced the way I like them, and it will be 8 feet tall when it's all assembled. And then I'm going to add in the 10-foot 2x6 and a piece of pipe. The piece of pipe will end up probably being a pull-up bar, and the 2x10 will hang out over the end, and it's a mount point for the spear throws. I can mount the target and throw my spears at it, or my spear I should say. The spear is part of the Spartan competition, and any event that you fail, you have to do 30 burpees. I don't know if you've ever done burpees, but they'll wear you out. So I'd rather practice and get it right than to be punished, let's say, and have to do the burpees. Well, there you have the pieces that I didn't attach or set to the side. And being that it's kind of a one-man job at this point, I added on these 2 2x4s, so when I stand it up, it'll come up, and those 2 will drop it and keep it from falling down. It is a little chilly today, and it's quite a bit windy, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not completely done yet, but I think you get the idea now. I still have to remove my temporary strut here, and what I did was I set these 2x4s against the face and also down here at the base, and I traced a line on the back side and then cut to fit. So I have 2 of those installed, and I'm going to add some straps to that later. I have these straps down here, and it's going to be a couple more on the other sides. I'm in the middle of attaching the backside vertical support for the backside of the wall. I'll get that in, and it'll soon be ready to go and ready to climb. Aroo! So there's the end result. That's 8 feet tall, made out of pressure treated 2x6s, 2x4 straps, and 2x4 support legs. Of course, I have that one long, like I said, and I'm going to hang a couple of eye bolts off of that or something so I can hang a target so I can throw my spear at it. The piece of pipe is probably not heavy enough. It's really it's some thick conduit, and I just put it there really as a marker, as a spacer, so that I can improve upon it later. And it'll end up with a leg out here of some sort to support that. But there it is, 8 foot, and pretty happy with that. This ought to hold up well, and I'm gonna have, you know, I'll have people over here practicing, because we have a team that does these Spartan races, and you should look into it. Spartan racing is a lot of fun, and it's a good challenge for yourself, and it builds some good camaraderie too. Thanks for watching. I may not be graceful, but hey, I'm doing it. That's all there is to it, guys. You can do it.